Good evening to DeFiChain News on the 10th August 2022, the news show that provides you with the latest updates on the DeFiChain project. If you like the show, then let's go crazy on the like button. It helps the project. Subscribe and click the bell button. And stay until the end because we will talk about next shows and dates. But before we start with the headlines, I would like to welcome my co-moderator and expert of DeFiChain, Lord Mark. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks for having
Again,
me.
DeFiChain today. Today's space was a little bit earlier in the day. You participated?
I was
Or
there. I was listening in. I didn't say too much. I think there were so many experts there
yeah,
and a lot of great ideas presented. I think it was really worth listening. Yeah, I was listening today. Indeed.
me too. And we decided to also talk about the dUSD topic here in the show, but not only about this. I would say we start with the headlines.
Let's
What
do
we
that.
have today,
Absolutely. There are the headlines, DC.
like mentioned before, first topic, dUSD topic. For sure, we have to talk about also in the news show. We will talk about the next exchange listing, also about Uniswap liquidity mining. There was a small update on the DeFiChain Lite wallet. AirDrop happened on Bittrex, and Regular Point community project. They also have worked this week, and the future updates, future dates are coming at the end of the show. Then we start with dUSD, and today a little bit different. So I will talk about dUSD, and you will do the rest.
I will do the rest. Yeah, we decided that we let DC do that part because he was heavily involved. He did a ton of work over the last couple of days in kind of summarizing all kind of different ideas, putting them together in a Reddit post. It's a massive amount on great ideas that came in. Our plan today is really to give you a little bit an overview, or DC is going to give you the overview. What happened in the past? What are people thinking at the moment? What are the ideas and what are kind of the measures to value this? We are not valuing anything today. How can you evaluate these different topics? And I would say it's a ton of things to discuss. Let's jump right in, DC. What happened? What's the status? And what's the plan for the future?
Right. So let's start with a more or less short summary. We will have a look how long I will need. So what happened so far? We started our D-token system in end of last year in December. Only possible to create D-tokens and dUSD with walls. And what we observed is a high demand and just a few people minting dUSD, and we had a big premium on dUSD, sometimes over $1.50. And this goes on or went on for a couple of weeks, and then beginning of February there was a voting round to introduce a measure bringing down the premium. The measure was the DFE payback function, so it was possible to pay back a dUSD loan with DFI to a nominal oracle price, so you can make some profits as an arbitrage trader in this case. And the result for the ecosystem was that the dUSD remain in the system, the loans are closed, and we have now this algo dUSD to reach the demand. That was the measure in this case. DFI were burned, removed from the system, no way to get them back. It's not this death spiral from UST Luna, so it's not possible to go the other way. And then, we saw a couple of weeks a very good performance of dUSD because it was the phase of high demand, and the high demand can be reached with this function, everything fine. And at the end of April, beginning of May, the complete market changed. Crypto's going down. We saw this Luna disaster, stocks going down, everything in the price more or less down. And for our DEX pools, the result or the consequence is we have too many dUSD remaining in the system. A lower price means you need less dUSD for the same amount of D token. And we had dUSD traded in a discount for also a couple of weeks, beginning of May till mid of June, and there was then another voting round with first measures. One of this measure was the DEX stabilizing fee, which makes it less attractive and expensive leaving the D token system. So in my opinion, this measure worked for the case to make short traders for the dUSD less attractive or even impossible, because now they can't earn money. But on the other side, everyone in the D token system cannot leave it now without losing money. And here we are. And since 1 or 2 weeks, we see a lot of discussions in the community, a great posts on Reddit, Twitter, and we want to summarize it here a little bit. We are not valuing it. We don't say this or the other is the correct or wrong approach. For sure, I cannot list here everything because I cannot read everything. It's a lot of things happening. But before we start, I want to give you a kind of hint, how you can make a kind of order or what you can do to see if the measure is correct to reach a goal. And for me, there are 3 different goals. There are short-term goals. 2. One is we remove unneeded dUSD. So then the discount is also solved. The DEX stabilizing fee was one of these measures. The other way around is to strengthen the usability, the utility of dUSD. This will increase the demand, and with more demand, we also remove the discount. So that is the short-term goal. On the other hand, we have a kind of long-term goal, which is to have more dUSD backed by loans. What is the advantage here? If you have loans running minted dUSD, you can control it, or you can control the supply. You can increase the interest rate and then the dUSD will remove from the system, or you can lower it, go to negative, and then more are minted. But at the current state we have just a few loans running left. We cannot use this measure to remove the discount. So that's more long-term goal. And another one was just we should avoid a kind of sell pressure for DeFi, because then we even need less dUSD in the DeFi dUSD pool, and this makes the discount even bigger. So that's the goal, or that are the goals we should reach. And Kygi made a great summary on Reddit, posted every other Reddit post or idea from the community, and is still working on. If you missed something, you can contact Kygi. He will add it. It should be your entry in the world of ideas around dUSD. I used this and now want to give just a short summary what was mentioned there. The one or other is missed because I cannot read every Reddit post, but let's start with the first goal. We want to strengthen the usability, the utility of dUSD. There are some ideas. One was, for example, we lock dUSD as collateral for a given time, a kind of freezer vaults, make it attractive with additional vaults. In general, more rewards for the D token liquidity mining. This can also increase a kind of demand. So we have unused block rewards we can use, or we just shift. We can create a kind of new pool with a small amount of the block rewards, and this pool pays out a fixed price of $1 per dUSD, limited per person per day. So here you can be sure you get the $1 and increase the trust. Also, the idea was we remove the dUSD DFI pool and move the complete block rewards to the dUSD stablecoin pools. So here it makes more attractive, less impermanent loss, and also create rewards. Another idea from Kygi and me was pay out half of the DEX fee for the USD loan holders. This makes minting dUSD via loans very attractive in the case just a couple of loans are left. The more we have, the less incentive we have. And another one was just we should lower the stabilizing fee, currently at 30%. So we see more trading, more people willing to enter the system because they can leave it again. This will also increase a kind of usability of the dUSD. Second goal, higher dUSD burn. So this is how can we remove the unneeded dUSD from the system. We can introduce higher burn fees for the D-token liquidity pools. Currently we have this 0.1%. We can increase this. We can also introduce a kind of dUSD buy fee, for example, 1%. We can use the community fund to buy back the dUSD and burn them. And another, or the last idea I found, was to recreate, to reactivate all burned DeFi from this payback function. We use them, buy back the dUSD and burn them. So this all the ideas helps to remove the unneeded dUSD from the system. Third goal was more dUSD loans in future. We can use DeFi rewards, block rewards for loan owners. This is an incentive to mint dUSD. Another idea also voted on was using liquidity token as a collateral. Then you can build up kind of leverage. We can reduce the interest rate to 0.5% or even lower. We distribute kind of liquidity mining block rewards to the minters, so just a shift of block rewards. We can use the community fund, put some or the complete DeFi into vault, mint new dUSD. So no one is the owner, the community is the owner, but then we have more dUSD and we can easily remove them from the system later on. We can reduce the collateralization ratio. 130% was one idea. Another one was, especially for the dUSD, we completely remove it to 100% for minting dUSD. And the last idea here is also having a negative interest rate in case of a premium, because only then later on we want to incentivize minting dUSD via loans. And if you have to pay back less dUSD than you minted, it's an incentive for you, and you can use it. There are some additional ideas, last kind of category, because I cannot sort it into special goals. I also want to mention the ideas because the one or other is also worth to vote on. Someone suggested to stop using dUSD as a collateral, a completely change of the wall system, so no auction is in the goal. Instead, we should buy back the tokens and burn them. A change in the complete D-token system, no dUSD. We completely remove the stablecoin and we use DeFi as a trading pair. So, for example, DeFi Apple, DeFi Google instead of dUSD. We reduce the block rewards from the dUSD DeFi pool and shift it more to the D stocks. It's just internal, the D token system. Someone suggested to create a new dUSD token, dUSD2, and remove the old one because they think we cannot remove the algo dUSD from the system anymore. There was an idea to allow a one-to-one conversion dUSD to any other stable coin. In detail, something was missing behind the technique, but in general, idea to have this stronger peg, and with a stronger peg, maybe everything is running better. And last point was to remove all unnecessary burn mechanisms and fees, or just make the system more attractive for investors and users. That's all. Very long list, a lot of ideas, not complete. Everyone is invited to read on Reddit all the ideas. Here, the Twitter space from the day, the recording is available. I will post it also in the show notes. It's worth discuss. And I think in some we will find a way out of the current problems.
Excellent, excellent summary, DC. Thank you so much. Yeah, like you mentioned it already, Twitter Space was really a little bit the opposite from what you did. Even a lot of ideas were presented, but it was more focused on some ideas. It's really amazing how many different ways people came up with how we could work on that problem. I think what you mentioned, really, really important, evaluate now all these ideas on the main goals. I think that were identified where we can all agree. DC, my next question is, what's the next step? So now we have a discussion, we have a lot of ideas. What do we do with all these ideas now? What's the step forward now?
I have no concrete timeline in mind, but next step is the one or other has to create a DFIP. It's not needed that we now identify only one DFIP, so we can also have a lot of them. Yep. Maybe the one or other can work together, and then in the last step, the masternodes have to vote on, and the successful or the approved ones will be implemented. You mentioned it before. Tomorrow we have the tech talk with Yusin, and they will also talk about next steps and updates, and maybe they can give some hints. How long will it take to implement the one or other thing?
Absolutely. Okay, cool. I think that sums it up quite well. And DC teased it already. Don't miss the tech talk. Good. Next topic. So Ben, you spoke a lot.
Hand over to you.
Now I do a little bit work here. What do you want to know? What's the next topic here?
Next topic is there was an exchange listing. Tell us a little bit about it.
There really was one. So there's an exchange called bit.com. It belongs to the Matrix Sport Group. I think Matrix Sport Group's a Chinese big conglomerate of crypto companies. They listed the ERC20 token of DeFi. They have a trading pair. It's DeFi Tether. And it started on the 8th of August. And the nice thing is, what I even forgot to mention in the German one, there's kind of a trading or whatever competition. So there are 18,800 USDT for grab. They're going to be paid out in DFI. Depending how much you deposit, you can win. How much you trade, you can win. There's a link. We're going to link it in the show notes. Check it out. It's still ongoing. And yeah, everybody can participate. And it's a great idea to spread DFI around the world. And this time is the ERC20 token listing. Another important point here, there are a couple of exchanges who listed ERC20 already. And there's also Uniswap, one of the next topics. So there's a really interesting article that the Birthday Research team pushed out. I don't even know when they published it. I learned about the article today, to be honest, but it's really nice. It shows everything, liquidity mining program on Uniswap, and how can you buy and where can you trade ERC20 tokens. DC for sure is listing up this article as well in the show notes. Check it out. It's a really nice summary. There's so much out there. It's really hard to miss part of the stuff already.
Cool. Then next topic, from the central exchange to the decentralized exchange, Uniswap, not our ones. Liquidity mining.
Absolutely. Hey, this is a topic, I mentioned it before, where I think a lot of people don't really have it so on the radar. That's a big thing because we are always trying to get more capital inflow into the system, but DeFiChain is a blockchain on its own in some way, and now we can utilize the Ethereum ecosystem as well. And with the ERC20 availability on so many exchanges now, I think it really makes sense to push that even further. And on Uniswap, there are 3 pools: DFI Ethereum, DFI Tether, and DFI USDC. And we have 1 million DFI up for grab for rewards if you liquidity mine there and provide liquidity in the pools. And Yusin also said, hey guys, this is really a big thing for us. We should not just say, okay, there's another liquidity pool. This is really something that can help us to go out there into the Ethereum world and say, hey guys, there's an interesting project and it's also available on Ethereum, especially looking forward with the EVM compatibility in the future. I think Ethereum is going to be a big part of our ecosystem in some way. So really spread the word, come up with marketing ideas. Maybe we can do even a Twitter storm about that. Yusin's going to talk tomorrow about that in your tech talk, DC. And yeah, have it on the radar. On the 22nd of August, the rewards kick in. And even if you want to participate and provide liquidity, of course, everybody's welcome. We are not excluded as the original DeFiChain guys. Yeah, it's going to be super, super interesting. Watch the space and participate.
Cool. Then next topic, totally different. DeFiChain Lite Wallet, a smaller update this week. What happened there?
Yeah, DeFiChain Lite Wallet, one of our loved babies here, I think, on a news show. There's always something exciting to report. There's a small update. The message was download every update, even if you don't talk about, there are always smaller little improvements, little bug fixes, or some interface changes that should help you. There's now, for example, an alert message for the tax stabilization fee that was missed before is now displayed again. Yeah, just messages upload every new version. Nothing can go wrong. And yeah, and then you are always with the nicest and latest product up to date.
Good. And maybe the one or other filled the Lite Wallet with the Bittrex AirDrop, which happened.
Indeed, Accelerator team organized an airdrop that they've been planning for quite a long time, together with one of our exchanges, Bittrex, where we do a lot of business with. 22,600 DFI have been distributed, and you had to fulfill a couple of tasks. I think you have to like the Twitter channel and download the wallet and stuff like that. And I think it was success. We're going to hear for sure in the quarterly update from the Accelerator team how it went, if they think they would do it again. Looking forward to kind of the debrief and feedback on the participation of the people out there. But yeah, the mission was successfully completed. The airdrop's finished, so no more DFI for grab. But yeah, it was nice to see also to do something with existing partners out there.
Cool. Then our regular point also on the news show is the community projects and their updates. Today, a little bit smaller, but also productive.
Yeah, at least one team sent something in today. Normally it's a long list, so this week was a little bit quiet here, but the Cashflow Butter team came back. They got funded recently, and they have a couple of updates. So first of all, the Cashflow Butler will have a name. I think that's quite cool, because everybody thought Cashflow Butler is going to be the Cashflow Butler. So obviously, it seems that the guy or the girl, I don't know, it's gonna get a name. We don't know the name yet. It's still a secret, but it's gonna be revealed soon. So maybe, I don't know, subscribe to their Twitter account or YouTube channel, or for sure we're gonna report about this as well. Gonna be revealed soon. Then they said they hired a dev team, so means they are in full swing. Development started. Also gonna be interesting what they're gonna work on. And last but not least, they work on a new landing page. They have a landing page, but I think they work on something really sexy, and it's gonna be revealed soon. So you see, the guys have a lot in the pipeline. Didn't show too much, but yeah, watch the space. I think a lot of stuff is gonna be released in the near future.
Good. And then we are nearly at the end. Future dates. So what's coming next?
I think, like always, next Wednesday, news show, don't miss it. This is always promotion for ourselves, but I think far more important is tomorrow. Tomorrow is a real highlight. You do the Tech Talk. Tech Talk is always an amazing show. You always have the big brains of DeFiChain from the tech side in your show. Yusin is going to be there. Prasanna is going to be there, and Fuxing is there. So what do you want more? It's going to be super, super exciting. Yusin is going to talk about Uniswap pools. We spoke about that before, but I think he's going to explain a lot of stuff, like really, how do you do that? Because a couple of people might not be familiar with MetaMask and all that stuff. Then we've got DeFi options. Also, Yusin is going to explain that. It's going to take about 15 minutes. Then version 3 of our blockchain is going to be Grand Central, so the next big hard fork. There's a ton of stuff coming. Prasanna is going to talk about that. And last but not least, we spoke about that before, EVM, super, super important for our project, that it's Ethereum compatible in the future. Fuxing is going to present the latest updates on this next big update.
Thanks a lot, Mark. So it's worth to watch the Tech Talk, everyone out there. If you are live, you can also post a question in the chat. I think the one or other can be answered by the core devs. And yeah, thanks for watching live. We have a couple of minutes left for the one or other questions from the chat. Every other person watching us not live, thanks for watching. See you next week, Wednesday, maybe live then.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Have a nice evening and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So there we are.
And
And
I'm
you are here
here.
finally. Yeah. Amazing.
It worked. Cool.
It worked.
Then
Let's have a look. The German one was really, we had a lot of people there today. I think the dUSD topic is really, everybody's thinking about it. Attractive, that's the word, yeah. Or hated, or however you want to say it. At least everybody's really excited what's going to happen. Good, couple of greetings here. Mario's here, Andrea is here, Thomas is here, and Matthew is here. And last but not least, shout out to Christian Peterson. He's back home, as it seems. He was on vacation, I think.
Yeah.
Good. Then we've got Christian Peterson says, maybe not just rename the stablecoin DUSD, the stable DUSD coin to stabilized coin, at least as long as it's not that stable. Yeah, nice idea. I think we're gonna stay with stablecoin. That's at least the intention, to keep it a real stablecoin. Tech Talk, unfortunately, is always a little bit early for you guys out there. Hey, DC, maybe explain why it's so early. There's a reason for it.
The time shift between Europe and Singapore. I have to use my lunch break to do it. And for you in Singapore, it's then in the evening. We had a tech talk in German evening time, late night Singapore. The devs are then a little bit tired. I think it will be very more productive if we do it in middag European time.
So that we are not blocking funny comments here. Umage said road to 50 cents. I think that's kind of a bad joke. I highly think that we're gonna see the $50 sooner or later. I think when we started this marketing campaign, 50 cent was not the target. We really had the $50 in mind, and we're gonna reach it sooner or later. Times are tough out there. A lot of projects have been suffering. We have a lot of homeworks to do. I think community is coming together at the moment. Even there are hefty discussions out there. I think we all saw that. We try to be as friendly as possible. I think there's a lot of really good ideas out there. And I'm very positive that we sooner or later gonna reach the $50. And with all the funny comments, we can handle them. I think it's part of the game, DC, right? Isn't it? And sooner or later we're gonna be there. It might not be in a week, but I'm very positive to reach it at least. In the next
maybe one comment. Yeah, the complete market is going down. We see the dUSD problems. I personally see also there a big chance for us. Yeah, just imagine if we don't have this bear market now, we still had the problem with the dUSD and cannot solve because we will not face it. It's a big chance for us to use now this chance to do it better. Yeah, that's the positive aspect from all the things we are seeing out there.
Very good point, DC. We should really stay positive. See, even Mr. Dr. Julian Hosp is live here. Maybe his baby is screaming all night. He can't sleep. Hi, Julian. Nice that you're watching live. That's very rare to have you here at that time. And shout out to Payana in Paris. We've got a viewer from Paris here. I know this guy. Thanks for watching. So let's have a look. Dr. L has something to say. How about the not so stable but soon to be more stable coin? That's a good one. Maybe a little bit long, but I like the very positive vibe in that question. Absolutely. Good. Then what else do we have? Should we do the other ones? Okay, it's one or two more. Let's see. I haven't read it. Let's see. Hopefully it's a positive comment here, but we can take the better ones as well. When the tide goes out, I think we are all showing everyone we have a super swimsuit. I don't really understand that one, to be honest. But that's a good one. Ratuma says they didn't recognize the USP of DeFiChain yet. I think, good point. I think it's like countering the funny joke before about the 50 Cent. 50 Cent's a rap star. He became very famous, actually. If we get to that, if we become as famous as 50 Cent, I think then we made it. Absolutely right. I think that's something also and I have to come back to Ben, who is in Korea at the moment. He said he spoke to so many people. When they hear about DeFiChain, they love the idea, but they haven't heard about DeFiChain yet. And he's one of the marketing guys. And I think the marketing team is not the sole responsibility of the marketing team out there. I think it's everyone who is listening here tonight. Help to spread the word. I mean, I think a lot of people they really push DeFiChain forward, right? I mean, there's Yusin, there's a lot of people, there's you and me, but there are influencers out there. Everybody's doing their part, smaller or larger, and everybody can do it. And then we're gonna make it 100% for sure. Good. Then let's launch the booster rockets and yeah, let's get there. Guys, thanks for the questions. DC, thanks for summing up the dUSD topic. It's a really big one. And I'm really excited about the tech talk tomorrow and hear what's in the pipeline, because there's a lot.
Right. I also have just the headlines. Looking forward to the content behind.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun. Guys, or actually, you have the closing comments. The English one is your show.
Really? Okay, and then thanks for watching. It was a great day. Here, the Twitter space, if you missed it, it's worth. And then we see you tomorrow in the Tech Talk.
Absolutely. To everybody out there, have a great evening and see you next week. Thanks and bye-bye.